What is some high level strategy that you think is not that you use that you think is not spoken about enough? My biggest thing, and we've kind of touched on it here, is and I noticed this when we were doing audits this offseason. Too many teams go into drafts with only the draft capital they're given to, the 1 through 5, the 1 through 6, however many rounds you have. And that's it. I think that's a terrible way to advance your team in a league. I think you need to start stacking picks, making trades where you're not sending all the picks in the world. The way to do that is to tier down, but tier down wisely. Don't just tier down to a wide receiver 2 that you know is going to be a wide receiver 2. You make these moves, and I'm going to be honest, sometimes it doesn't pan out, but this is why when you get more draft capital and more things on top of that, it helps. But sometimes you're going to crash and burn when you trade down, because not every Rashad Bateman that you trade down to from AJ Brown is going to pan out and still be a wide receiver 1. But thank God you got draft capital that you can hopefully recoup some value later. It's things like that I think just so many teams, I don't know if it's just not enough interest or not thinking it's important to add a ton of draft capital, because my best teams always have a crap load of draft capital. Always. I don't have a lot of bad teams, small flex there, but the ones that are struggling or have struggled in the past don't have draft capital. Yeah. And I'm sitting there because the other thing with adding draft capital and things like that, draft capital is almost always going to go up in value, almost guaranteed every year. Even though people were down talking this class for how long, they still want it back in. And I was the same way. Granted, I was in some IDP leagues, but I was actively trying to trade in. Like, there was one league where I had 3 firsts and 3 seconds, and I'm like, I'm probably going to be good with this draft by the time that's done. And everybody reached on everybody, and I'm like, okay, well, I would like to get back into this, and I couldn't, for how bad of a class this was. Nobody wanted to trade their picks. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, and then on the flip coin of that, if there are players that aren't around and you have all this draft capital, you don't have to draft people. When you're in the draft, great time to acquire proven talent for draft picks. Proven talent that's on a dip. Tyler Lockett, great example. You probably could have in your draft, in an IDP draft, more than likely, you probably could have gotten him for a 3rd round pick. There's something like that. You could have traded out of the draft, gotten a Tyler Lockett in a deep draft or a late second, something like that, because the world is so down on him right now. Yeah. That's probably like my biggest thing. Get that draft capital. You have to. Thunder gets it. Well, that is it for this video. I do hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Comment down below your thoughts on the video itself. If you want to support this team and go deeper with us and get access to bonus content, written content, rankings, and our Discord community group chat, be sure to check out patreon.com/Dynasty Rewind. It's a great way to support the brand and let us know that you want us to keep cranking out awesome content. And you get access to all of us 24/7. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video today, I'm sure you'll love this one too. Be sure to go check it out. But hey, that is it for me today. I'll see y'all in the next one. But until then, y'all have a good one.